Yo, what's going on, familia? Today is Monday, the first call in the series. Pocahontas, come on. Pocahontas is trying to get in here. She's trying to teach with us. Today is the first day in the series of the Discord market analysis, the live market analysis, guys. You can see the side behind me right here. Hopefully, it's not backwards for you. We did a little working with it. I pre-recorded the video earlier, tested it out, and in the recording, it shows that it's forward. For me right now, it looks backwards. So we'll see. But guys, what I want to do in these live analysis is, I think I'm saying that right. I want to obviously analyze the markets. We're going to go over Bitcoin. We're going to look at the total market cap, the amount of money inside of crypto. We're going to look at a little bit of news going on. Maybe check out some of our websites that we like to use. And there's a couple things that I do want to show you. But in these calls, we're going to be covering pretty much whatever you guys request or whatever is on my head or whatever I want to do during that day. Guys, like, for example, I do crazy things like do studies like this, where this is the last 40 years. So from 1984 to 2024, pretty much I calculated the inflation rate. So they're pretty sickening. If you guys want, I'll tell you the car one. So in 1984, your average car costs about $6,300. Today, it's about $47,000 for a new car. That's a 652% in the amount of what it costs to buy a new car today. So I do studies like that. But again, guys, there's a lot of value that we're going to be covering in these videos. So I'm excited for these. And again, this is the first one in its series. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Let me check the Discord. It looks like we're getting a couple of messages here. Okay, perfect. So yeah, let's jump right into this, guys. And I'm going to share my screen with you. Make sure we're on the right one. And where is my trading view? There we go. And let me go here, share screen, trading view. Oh, where is it? There it is. And share sound and put me up in the corner. Oh, wait. Side by side. How's this look? Oh, goodness. Okay, we're going to stick with the usual. All right. What in the world is going on here? Is that super small for you guys too? I don't know what happened here. All right. Hopefully you can see that now. It looks better for me now. Let me zoom out a little bit larger. Let's pull this up. What I'm on right here, guys, is trading view. We got Bitcoin just broke below. Looks like our 69,156 level. We've been watching that inside the Discord. If you've been paying attention during the market updates, I've been setting that level. But what I want to do first is come over here to the, this is the total market cap. This is with all tokens. This is with excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if you go and look on CoinGecko, you can see that Bitcoin is majority of the entire market cap of cryptocurrency. So now this one's excluding it. This is with it. Now, this might be a little confusing for most people. So let's delete a few things off of here so we can break it down just real quickly, right? I know this might be new for some of you. This might be old for some of you. Some of you are advanced, some of you aren't. But what I want to do here is analyze the market and see what's happening. So what I have drawn up here is, in simple terms, it's a market ruler. But for today, we're going to refer to it as what it actually is, which is a Fibonacci retracement tool. So what this is again, it's just a market ruler. Now, from here to, right, we're measuring from here to here, right? That would be 100% of the move. We can all agree from the bottom of what we're measuring to the top of what we're measuring, there's 100%, right? Pretty simple. So that means, where's my little arrow? So that means from here to here is 100%, which means where's halfway? 50%. That's what 50% is, halfway. So the market tends to come up and retrace, right? With this 50%, boom. Okay, so all you need to know for right now is it's a market ruler. We have multiple videos on YouTube. I don't want to spend too much time breaking what this is, breaking down what a Fibonacci retracement tool is. If you're live, you can ask a question. If not, ask it in the recording, in the comments, wherever you see this video at. So again, this is a market ruler. So what we're doing ultimately is drawing in oh, let's see. We got somebody hopping in here. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? So guys, what we're looking at here is this is the total market cap, and this is with everything included. So again, this is the market ruler, aka a Fibonacci retracement tool, and these are the levels I like to use, which is, sorry, I'm trying to fix this perfectly. What's up, Artem? I think it is. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. So we got 88.6, 78.6, 61.8, 50%, 31 point, I think I'm blanking on that one. I think 31.8, right? 38.2, my bad. Look at that. Don't even know my own fib retracements. And then we have 23 point, is that also a 6? Yeah, 23.6. So I don't really use these ones as much. They're more of like a level, and you can see right from here to here. We're really measuring from this spot to here, but you can when it goes up, we can see right the percentage of what we've retraced, which makes it a little easier here. I'll move it so you guys can see it too. So we have 23.6. So right, you can see this is a level, and if I put a line here, we can see the market's stopping there, right? Why? Don't know. I don't care. We're just identifying what the market's doing and where it's doing it at. A lot of people would spend time trying to figure out why it stopped there. Could be a ton of reasons. I don't really care. That's the whole point of technical analysis. You don't care. There's fundamental analysis, which is more the news side, which we can kind of cover, but not all news really affects the market. Major news definitely does. And then you can see, right, if we were to just draw lines on these areas, what's going on here? Yeah, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you, man. So you know, we can sit here and draw these lines just straight across, and you can see where the market actually plays off these levels. Again, you're gonna ask, Tyler, why? I don't know. Since 2016, since I started using these, I couldn't tell you why it stops. It just does. And Fibonacci is in every living thing, your fingerprint, flowers, any living being, plants, crocodiles, cats, living organisms, right? Every living thing has Fibonacci in it. Fibonacci is really just a math ratio. It's a complex math ratio. If you really want to know what it is, there's really cool video on YouTube. Look up like I think it's the movie of Fibonacci or something like that. You have to look it up. But anyway, you can see here how the market's playing off these levels. Now, if you go on a weekly, right? I like to refer to this as Where's Waldo, right? A lot of us has played Where's Waldo. If you had the book super far away, you know, you can only see so much. You might be able to see like, oh, there's a building, or there's this, or there's that, right? As you zoom in, you can see more people. You can see more details. You can start to see there's Waldo, right? So what we like to do is look at it in a weekly time frame. The weekly gives us major levels. This is what we've done. We've identified this move from the top to the bottom, right? And now we've identified these levels. Now, I don't care about all the levels right now. We don't really care about all of them. These two up here, 78.6 to 88.6, those are the last levels of support. Now, what these levels are going to do in market terms, this is where all the liquidity is. This is where all the sellers sold off in crypto, right? Sellers are taking profit. Bro, they just, look, right? This is the total market cap, but bro, they're up. They're up. My guy, 940%, they're up. They're taking profit. So they're selling off all those buyers here, right? These are buyers. And that's why at the same time, you'll also see resistance there in future areas because we have buyers here. And then we have sellers here, right? These are where sellers are. If we draw the same retracement from here to this high, here's where all our buyers are, right? And these are all buyers. They took profit, sellers. Everybody's selling, taking profit. So in the market term, you can also look at the fibs and see what's happening in the market with, right? You have to think, use your mind. And in life, what you think about is the only thing you can control. I just made an Instagram live video. If you want to check it out, check it out. But in life, the only thing you can do is control your thoughts. Can't control anything else. Can't control the market. That's why I don't care why it stopped. I don't care. I can't control it. Why am I going to spend time worrying about why did it stop there? Excuse me. I'm going to analyze why it did. I'm going to analyze it, but I don't care why it did. The main thing with trading is you don't want to be emotional. 4 major rules: patience, emotional intelligence, discipline, and don't be a chicken. These are the 4 major rules. That took me 6 years to learn. Write it down. Like, you guys want to save some of this stuff, right? This is very important. Garrison just hopped in here. So these are important things. And a lot of this stuff I'm going over, sorry if I'm going over it in a big term and a big scale mindset. For those of you watching live or those of you watching the recording. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Like, this is an interactive session. This isn't just Tyler yells at you for the entire time about money, what money is, and what a chart is. What's up, Garrison? But what we have here in this last level support, these are our sellers. These are where our sellers are, right? So our sellers. Now, this last level of support is important because, again, guys, I told you there's gonna be resistance there. Why? Just how the market works. So we identify those levels, and a lot of times you'll see me put this box here because it's more of a zone. What's up, Garrison? I can hear you now. Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
I'm having some technical difficulties with my computer. Check my messages, but hopefully I'll be in a second.
Yeah, you're good. Real quick, can you see Trading View and can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Everything's good.
Perfect. Thank you, bro. So what we've done is we've identified some levels. Don't matter why, right? Just identify the levels. Trading is pattern recognition. The quicker you can identify what's a square, rectangle, triangle, the better, the faster. It's pattern recognition. And it's human pattern recognition too, right? The way we were just saying, people are buying here. So why did they stop here? Why did we sell off? They were taking profit, bro. They're freaking rich now. That's why. So they took profit, sold off, and every market always has retracements. Most people that bought here because of FOMO, right? They're like, oh my goodness, Bitcoin all-time high, going crazy. There's people buying here, and the people who bought here and here were selling, like, dude, I'm freaking rich. And people who bought it here were like, oh my God, I'm scared I'm never gonna get rich, like with all these other people. They buy, what happens? Rich people sell, poor people become liquidity. People who FOMO'd in, that bought up here. They FOMO'd in, and now their perspective on this is that they're in a recession this whole way down. Market's in a recession, Bitcoin's going to zero. Market's in a recession, Bitcoin's going to zero. Crypto's dead, crypto's dead. While the other guy was over here like this. He had his fibs. He was like, huh, that's crazy. I'm just waiting for it to come back to this zone. You know why? Because that's where all the buyers were. All the buyers were here. Boom. That was a lot of, and actually, we go up here because that was actually the high we need to measure. And that puts us almost at, I think, a perfect touch. Oh my goodness, my mouse is not moving. But that puts us almost at a perfect touch. And people are like, dude, how did you freaking know? Well, I didn't know. I was just kind of expecting and waiting for it to come back down here. Well, people are, everybody who bought over here was like, it's a retracement, right? The market's in a retracement. Everybody who bought up here, recession, crypto's scam, Bitcoin's going to zero, blah, 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 whatever they were saying, believing, that's what they were saying, right? So those people who were patient, they took profit, probably still held a bunch too. They wish they would have took profit. There's a big group of those people too. Wrote it back down, and we decided, this is when Bitcoin hit 15K. And this is where we were buying, screaming, buy. Maker was at 500. Under 500, actually. Now it's at 25, smack 4K. What's up, bro? I see you in the
What's
galaxy.
going on? I'm in space. We're going to the moon.
I see that, bro. But so we see what the market's doing. So long story short, right? I kind of broke this down for you. I kind of want you to think about what's happening in the market when you see it move, right? When you see it move. So what's happening here? Rich people are taking profits again. But you're not going to see this sell-off here because of the adoption, the institutional adoption. Will you see a retracement? Sure. It's not going to be drastic, though. And I actually don't think it's going to retrace too much farther. Personally, you just had the ETH ETF's approval. We just had the Bitcoin ETF approval. We had a lot of different bullish things happen, right? There's a lot to cover to really just say it all here, but vaguely, right? A lot of bullish sentiment. What is sentiment? Market feelings, what the market's thinking. So we have people who are, number one, taking profits, but number two, are scared because Bitcoin's limited. There's only 21 million. All these other cryptos too. People want to make money. They're starting to see, wow, they're starting to learn what money is. They see inflation, right? Inflation 40 years ago, right? It would have been 652% cheaper to buy a car. 40 years ago. And a lot of people think, well, my property's gone up in value. Well, no, your property money has gone down in value, making your house worth more US dollars, but not worth more technically. Is it worth more? Yes, but depending on where. But so what we have here, right? What we want to cover is actually what's happening in the market today. But in order to do that, we want to look and see what's happening in the past. You got to look left for clues. And right, we can see here. So we have major levels that we've identified off of these zones. This one doesn't really matter anymore. Don't care. We're gonna delete it. Don't care. Gonna delete it. Now we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna look for Waldo. We're gonna look for the details because we're trading a little bit more on a smaller time frame. We're not really looking at the weekly. We do, but we identify it for major levels, right? Which we've identified here. You can see. So now you zoom into these littler levels, and you're like, oh, dude, why did the market perfectly break above, retest this level, and continue up? Don't know. Don't care. I just know it does. And it's pattern recognition. This stuff happens all the time. Repetitively, like riding a bike. If you get on a bike and pedal it, what's going to happen? You're going to move. Same thing with these. If you set up a fib, these levels are going to get hit, broken, retested. Sometimes they get blown through. But riding a bike's a little more exact. And for sure, right, it's a little more constant than the market is. The market has a little more probability where you have things like this. The market blew through here, touched the next level, and then retraced down and touched it again. Why? I don't know. Just does. So ultimately, guys, what we have here is now we're playing in these zones. This is the total market cap. Keep in mind the total market cap. But we're gonna do this with multiple different charts. The reason I want to show you on this chart is because it's important. You want to see, you want to know what's happening. But you can see right now we're kind of moving down. Now, if we do the same concept, smaller, right? Because it works. It's a pattern. It just repeats itself. Do I expect it to come down here? I don't. I want to say no. But would I be surprised if it did? No, I wouldn't. So what we do is we use it like a ladder, right? So it's obviously blown through that level. We're going to go to the next one. Okay. Here's my next level. Now I'm watching here. Okay, well, and this is how I market the charts too. This is why I want to explain it, because this first video is going to be really helpful because a lot of the market, oh my goodness, there we go. The market updates, and we just see that stuff moving now. We got some sellers. But the reason I'm going over this is because a lot of my charts are marked up and some people don't know what they're looking at. Sometimes they're like, dude, why is this guy drawing a freaking Picasso of horizontal and vertical lines and telling me, yeah, the market's going to do this, bro. So now we have this level. If it breaks below there, it continues down, right? That's where predicting is guessing. If you're guessing, you're gambling. If you read the markets, you can react to the markets. You want to guess, lottery tickets are actually a worse probability. You're actually better just guessing here in any market on buy or sell. It's 50%. I used to say go to the lottery ticket, but you're actually better off gambling here. So yeah, you come in here and now we're looking at this next level for the total market cap, right? Now, again, do I believe, and this is just a daily wick, I wouldn't even be really worried unless that next daily candle or starts to really move down. But again, we could see some type of movement where maybe the market just comes and touches, again, one of these levels. And these, the green levels, the 50% and the 618, those are more normal. And what does normal mean? Normal is a pattern. If I tell you I normally get up and make coffee, what do you think I do in the morning? I would get up and make coffee. That's normal. If I normally do that, right? It's a repeating thing. That's something that happens often, is what you could call it. So, and it's a pattern, right? If I do that a lot of the time, couldn't you say, bro, it's a pattern, you're repeating something. So we're just really identifying patterns. Trading is pattern recognition. Make it easy. Don't do all this crazy stuff. If you want to, you can. We can get into the RSIs, the volume coming in here. We can really break it down on a deep level, but for what? I mean, I like to make money. I don't want to know like all the crazy stuff. I know it. Spent 9 years learning it now, so we could do it. And if people have questions on it, I encourage them to ask because I want to explain it to them. I want them to understand it. Because if they're not understanding it the way we're explaining it, that's still not going to help them. I want the ultimate goal is for you to understand what you're looking at. So if you understand it, we're in good terms. If you're not, ask questions. People who ask the most questions get the most answered. Very simple concept. None of them are bad questions. Garrison's asked crazy questions. They weren't bad. They were just crazy. But again, guys, so what we're looking at here is I want to see honestly, I want to see us touch this level, right? And what this level is on the market cap level. And you got to keep in mind, market cap here versus CoinGecko is going to be slightly different. The report, depending on I don't know where they're drawing their information by there. Talking about TradingView. I don't know where TradingView is drawing their information or CoinGecko. So they're relative to each other. Keep in mind, they're close, but they're not going to be exact. So according to TradingView, I want to see it maybe touch like a $2.3 trillion level again. I know CoinGecko is going to say a little bit less. I think it usually does. But so let's look at Bitcoin. Total market cap's great, but let's look at Bitcoin. This level that we were watching, and I told you, right as we hopped on this call, this is actually, and again, this is where it gets fun. You got to think, use your brain. This is fun. If you're not having fun, stop doing it. What is this? Just the old all-time high level. That's all I did. I just, hey, let me mark this. I'm gonna mark this, see what happened. You can see, came up here, touch, boom. So like, let's just mark it. Now look over here. All right, we played off of it multiple times. Touch, 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 resist, 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 break above, resist, resist, break above, break through, resist, resist. I don't know why, it just does it. It's a pattern, right? We're just kind of identifying patterns. Have fun with it. Explore, learn, look for patterns, identify. You gotta think, use your brain. So we can even do this, right? Let's throw a trend line. Trend lines are cool. Don't only use trend lines, but look, maybe, just maybe, we're just coming down here to, again, liquidate some people. We go into it on a smaller time frame. Let's get on the 4 hour. Here, CoinGecko's blowing up on my phone, talking about it's down, it's down, it's down. Right? This is where people get fearful, where I get excited. Yes, more entries, more entries. Maybe I shouldn't have bought more Bitcoin earlier. I should have waited. Like what it is though. We'll just buy more. So let's come down here. We can do the same thing. And would you look at that? Would Tyler be surprised if the market just touched this trend line and 78.6 level? Would I be surprised if it just touched that, continued up? I wouldn't. So in breaking, you can see, right? We resisted. We were just holding above it. It was the old all-time high. A lot of people, once we broke it originally, a lot of people bought. They're like, oh shoot, we're definitely gonna break it. We're gonna keep going. So they have a belief. They're not selling it yet. They're not selling. We have a lot of buyers still. A lot of buyers. That's why this level's still not breaking. Still not breaking, right? We've been holding here. So now we have the market coming down and retesting that area. Garrison, question for you, really quick.
What's going on?
Is this forward now? Is this better?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. For me, it's
Really
backwards.
quick, really quick.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna wait. You go ahead, go ahead.
But yeah, so now I see Bitcoin coming here. So what does Tyler want to see for Bitcoin? I want to see Bitcoin really respect this actually. By respect it, I mean touch this line, maybe even touch the red line, red and blue, the trend line, the horizontal, diagonal, I don't know. The slanted line, right? Don't slanted line. And
Diagonal, you're right, diagonal.
there we go. That's what it is. And the 67,778 level. I want to see it touch here. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it just came here and continued up because we're liquidating some people out of the market. A lot of people, right? Probably got liquidated here. And what I wanted to show you when I say liquidated is CoinGecko thing. Garrison, what did you want to say real quick?
So what? Oh, that messed me up when you didn't share your screen anymore. So
All right.
I wanted to bring up that when he's on the 4 hour time frame, these zones are going to be a little bit weaker than if you're looking on a time frame that you got from a daily or a weekly move. Like if you're looking from bottom to top on a weekly time frame, that's going to be a lot stronger when it's hitting this 50% 618 zone. rather than going on the 30-minute chart and expecting it to bounce off the 50% zone every time. So just keep that in mind. It's the smaller the time frame, the weaker the zone's going to be, I guess. Is that would be a good way to say it there. So
Facts. Good call, Garrison. So what I'm saying when we're talking about getting liquidated is you can come in here, and the reason I like Maker a lot, you see I just sent a message about Maker, and Maker's
Maker.
perfectly touching a level, bro. If you look at Maker on a chart, it's chef's kiss, literally, bro. Perfect. And what's up, bro? What's up? And so you can see Maker coming in here, and a lot of these Maker, Ave, and Compound. This Compound you won't see down here till a little bit later, but a lot of these are in they're leveraged positions. And what's crazy, because crypto is so transparent that you can see what the price, where these are going to get liquidated at. This is Ethereum price, right? And they have Ethereum locked up, and this is how much they have betting on it to continue up. $94 million position.
Remember when we were
Six-
looking at those those
Yeah,
ETH
bro, dude, they were
liquidations
close. Look
back
at
in the
this one.
bear market?
This one, bro. This dude's sickening. This is insane. And some of these are crazy too, bro. People are definitely, look at this. So if Ethereum hits $2,963, Buddy gets this position gets liquidated. By liquidated, it gets sold off because he can no longer cover his losses. So at 27, he's gonna lose $27 million if ETH hits this price again. Do you think ETH's gonna hit that price again? No. Probably not. Never again. Look at this one. 3K. Oh my goodness. That's scary. That's scary for 38 mils, bro. Come on. So when I'm talking about liquidations, this is what I'm talking about. These are leverage positions. With a normal broker in Forex, you can't see these. Only the market maker gets to see them. This is why it's manipulated so heavily. That's why crypto is only manipulatable, specifically Bitcoin, through the news and market manipulation itself. By market, I mean really the economic market, not like the market you're looking at on TradingView. So we stop the share, come back over here to TradingView real quick. So you can see, right? People getting liquidated. Look, coming down, getting liquidated, coming to these levels. Everybody that was leverage position here in a buy, they may get liquidated from the sellers. But when that happens, will we chain react, or will they buy more crypto, buy more Bitcoin to add to their position to cover for a potential loss because they believe in Bitcoin? So that's where it gets crazy too. Now, this is a smaller time frame, right? We're on a 4 hour. You go to the daily. Again, this is nothing to get scared about. And this is what's cool too. This is what I would call undo. Command Z usually. Keyboards are different nowadays. So command Z, Jesus. What I call these is fib clusters. So a fib cluster is something I actually learned from Christopher Terry. This dude's traded corporate and personal accounts of over $50 million. But he calls these fib clusters. Fib clusters is when you have multiple different Fibonacci retracements on here, right? We can add another one just for fun. Where you have multiple different fibs on there and levels start aligning, right? We have it here, right? This is the 61.8% and the 88.6. It's a strong level on a daily and a smaller time frame. And some of these will align too, right? You have almost this in the 50, what was it, 61.8, this in the 38.2. So a lot of these levels are almost aligning. And I know it gets a little crazy once you start adding more with those fib clusters, but ultimately those levels, the more of those fibs that line up, the stronger that level becomes too. Because again, why? Just their patterns. It's just what happens. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have on the market, the chart analysis side of things. We can look at multiple other ones, but this kind of gives you the really sentiment for what's going to happen inside of the entire market. You know, I have Solana holding like almost 30 SOL. I want to buy more. I'd actually love to see it come down and touch like a 145 level. But I think we're gonna hold, honestly. I think we're gonna hold this 153 for Sol Quant. Beautiful project. You look at it on the daily or the weekly, you come back, major level. We're in our zone. Honestly, it's been holding that 87.20 level, but we might break below. Dude, if we seen anywhere in this red box, it'd be fire entry. This project's awesome. Compound Maker. I want to show you Maker because Maker's an awesome chart. Maker, like I said, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And we can again identify patterns. What happens when the market wicks down and touches? Wicks down and touches. Wicks down and touches. I don't know. Just something to think about. So there's a lot more to it, right? We're not just like, oh, dude, look at it, it wicked, you know, hell yeah. Like there's more to it. We can, and you know, we have the fibs on there, multiple levels. There's things where I used to do in the past where you could do hold levels, half levels, quarter levels, right? Like 2750, 2750, we could identify as a level. 2250, which is, watch this. Let's just leave it on here. Just for funsies. Where's this thing at? So let's see what happens here, right? And those are things like. It's again, it's having fun with the market, having fun with the chart. If you're getting stressed, it's because you're over leveraging, you're risking too much, you're babysitting. And if you're having fun, it's because you understand that there's not a lack of money. There's money flowing everywhere abundantly. There's abundance opportunities, there's abundance of money flowing. It's literally printed on paper. You have paper in your house. You just have to learn how to do a magic trick and turn it to money. Yeah, Garrison, is there anything specific you want to cover?
Yeah, I want to bring up this ETH chart really quick, and then I might just pull up some NFTs if you don't got anything else to cover or some news. I didn't have anything specific really, but I'll share my
No, you're good. You
screen.
should be able to screen
Go
share
here. All right, you see my ETH chart here?
a trading view. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is on the weekly time frame. I wanted to go over like how you're gonna feel in a trade, or like say you, all right, so I'm gonna replay this chart. How do I do this again? Right here. We're gonna go back to November 23. So we were probably, I remember we were kind of looking at entries in here because we took from this low all the way back to ETH's all-time high, 786, 886 zone. Look at it. Didn't even, it just touched the 886 and then, you know, slowly making its way back up. So, you know, maybe you got your entry down here, you're holding for long term. So I'm gonna press play
Bro, there's a
in the,
double top. Doesn't it always sell when you see a double top?
yeah, or the head and shoulders. So it's gonna go up, and what I was looking for at this point, I actually had a fib from this high to this low. I was gonna watch this zone. I was waiting to see how it acted here. It rejected a little bit. Oh, I'm still being patient, not selling, not selling, not selling. Okay, now we're breaking up into these newer zones. Oh, we're going back down. Go back, keep going.
Oh, I'm
A little
scared again.
retest. And now we're going back up. So, you know, you could keep this zone here like this if you wanted to, just for a more direct hit. But 50% 618, and now we're focused on. We're focused on this big zone here. It's hit this zone. It didn't reject off this first line 2870, so we're gonna keep holding here. We're gonna see what happens in this zone. Read and react. Oh wow, we push back up. We're breaking above here. You might as well keep holding. This is a strong close. This is a weekly candle. Weekly candle closed above. That's very bullish. Candle pushes back up to 4K. We reject at this last zone of selling pressure. Maybe you sell here. I didn't. I'm still personally holding a little bit, but on the leverage end of things, you know, maybe you could take a sell position here, and then you let it ride, and it comes back into this last zone of resistance, which turned into support. And then if you take a fib from here to here on the daily, well, now we'll go back to the daily. And then you kind of find a, like Tyler said, this is a Fibonacci cluster. This 50% 618 is like perfectly inside the other 50% 618. The 618 level pretty much lines up. It holds strong here, runs up a little bit, keeps trying, comes back into this zone. Buyers buy up again. And buyers are still holding strong. I'm gonna make this go a little bit faster here. And now we are here. So it didn't break up into this zone. I wouldn't be looking for much of more. I wouldn't be looking for a buy right now. What I would do is I'll do this. And maybe I look for a buyback in one of these zones again. Pretty much lines up just like Tyler's Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin and Ethereum have very similar charts. We'll go over here. You can see it's pretty similar. Slightly different, but they got the most market cap, so most of the market's gonna move like them. Same with like if you take the total market cap, looks pretty similar to ETH and Bitcoin. So things are looking pretty good in my opinion. I think I see a little bit more of a retracement, not terrible. Tyler, I don't know about you. Um, but it seems like your chart is pretty much lining up just like mine. And ironically, if you guys can't tell, I learned how to trade from Tyler. So there's that. Now we got about 8 minutes left. Let's go. There hasn't been much that's happened today. Basically the biggest thing I saw was Bitcoin ETFs bought 2 months of mining supply last week. They bought 25,000 Bitcoin last week,
Let's
the
go.
ETFs. The supply shock's on its way. It already is probably
Like,
here.
I'm getting FOMO. Like I'm getting FOMO. Like I'm like I'm scared. Like I'm about to like I'm gonna
Dude, I
sell everything.
feel you. I feel you. If you guys ever want to look for news, we also hit in the Discord. If you let me here, I can probably share my screen to that. If you go here, you scroll down to news, you can go to world news, and I'll do this with you guys right here. I scroll down. I haven't looked in a little bit, as you guys can tell. What do you do? Slash news, right?
// and then
Let me go up a little bit.
what I don't know, bro. SpotX. Go to press /. Go back down there. / and then go to SpotX, the one on the bottom. Left, bottom left. There
Oh,
you go.
okay.
And then do latest. So it's
Okay.
/ latest.
And we're
And
gonna
then,
do cryptocurrency.
and then enter.
So tech and crypto stocks rebound ahead of Fed meeting. Didn't really rebound much. It looks like they're seeing a sell-off again. Blah blah blah. Elon Musk says you blah blah blah. Blah blah. Why is Bitcoin price falling? Trying to scare more people. Crypto liquidation tops 93 million. Oh my God, everybody sell. It's a panic.
NVIDIA's board GPU upgrades will fuel more demanding AI tools. Apple taps OpenAI. Yeah, like these are awesome. These are awesome resources, bro. And also kind of go over there to the left too, because click the useful websites. Up.
That up.
Yeah, down a little bit. You passed it.
Oh.
A little more. A little more. Right there. And yeah, scroll through here. So there's the Bitcoin.hope, teaches you a lot about money, Bitcoin itself, Saylor Academy,
This is
free
really
college
cool.
education from Michael Saylor, all sorts of different classes, business economics, anything you could think of really, market cap comparison. So like if Sol had the market cap of blank, Bitcoin treasuries, and that shows all the Bitcoin holdings. Crypto staking. So like a lot of these websites are awesome ICO drops. You can see when
That's
the next
cool.
token's dropping for a project you're holding. TX Street is pretty much like the South Park of transactions. It shows you in South Park characters where transactions are going from and where they're going to. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool different stuff.
Yeah,
There's the world news.
don't forget to take a look at all the channels. There is a lot in here, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to just let us know. And have any recommendations, please let us know.
Go to the trade ideas. Click trade ideas. So you have the trade ideas. These are all active new trade ideas currently going on. There's the high risk ideas, NFT ideas. We're working on putting together some grouped NFTs. So like as a group, what Quirkies is doing, why to buy it, why would you want to, like things along those lines where it's more of a hub where you can come in here and click and get a little more specific with the NFTs. And these are NFTs we hold and we're just educating, right? We're not here telling you to buy them. There will be trade ideas where Garrison's going to send you and say, hey, look, this is a good idea. Like, he's buying it, I buy him. And they're a lot of them that he sent have sold out and have been great.
These are
They
still
put
right
out,
around the same level.
um,
Mutant apes are they are a little bit lower. They're at 1.8, so it's
and then
still a pretty good
it's
entry.
by the personal development. Click the personal development. There's that. These are going to be YouTube videos, personal development YouTube videos, the finance documentaries above it. There's a lot of amazing videos from YouTube. And then the Elite Wealth YouTube, which is where this recording will be uploaded to, so you could rewatch it at any time. And there's a step-by-step system right above that if you're brand new, and even if you're not, it's step one. The first thing you should do is watch this video. The first thing
Step
you should do.
1, unlearn and relearn.
Facts. And The Rules of Money by Patrick Bet-David is probably one of the best videos on YouTube ever made by Patrick Bet-David. My opinion, definitely. But there's amazing stuff. Definitely explore the Discord. Garrison, is there any last remarks?
No, I don't have anything else. Also, don't forget, we have a podcast dropping on the 18th
Yes,
in
sir.
8 days.
Let's go. You can see it right here. The Elite Wealth Podcast. Buy Bitcoin. There's technically, I can legally say that. It's not finance.
Commodity.
I think it's commodity. I can tell you to buy Bitcoin. It's a legal thing I can do. Because I'm not in control of it, right? I own some. So Setsail, what's up, bro? You got any questions, man, to wrap it up?
No questions. Actually, hold on, thought. Actually, a lot of questions. More pertaining to the fact of which way the dollar will pivot in terms of what's going on right now with the you guys know about the oil money, right? The $50 the 50-year deal, and they're not going to renew it.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
There's a lot of things when you look at the US dollar. First off, it's a fiat currency. Fiat, you might as well hold the Chuck E. Cheese token. Fiat, terrible thing to hold, especially when it's controlled by a central authority. That's the first bad thing about it. But it's always losing value. That's the thing. It is literally always losing value. At what rate? Might be a little slower than some other places. Right now, it's about 6 to 7% a year. So already, without any of that news, it's already losing 6 to 7% a year. On top of what you just said, Setsail, how does that make you feel about the US dollar?
I don't know. I don't keep a lot of money in the bank for that reason specifically. It's more in assets than fiat. It's, I don't know. I always had like the scare for even years. Like if something happens and you can't pull your money out, like what are you gonna do?
You can't pull 10K out right now. If you had 10K in the
Nope.
bank, it's past midnight. The ATM isn't going to let you. There's a lot of things like, if I have crypto, I can send it right now. But there's more into that, guys. We're going to wrap it up here. We have less than a minute. Every single Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, we hold these calls. See you next time. Peace, guys. Seth, I'll hit you up.
Yep.